Good afternoon, friends and traders. I am Dan Hodgman. It is Thursday, March 4th. I hope you guys have all had a great day. This is the market recap. And man, we got a mover here today, huh? Jerome Powell's words spike fears about inflation. Basically saying that the economic reopening could cause temporary inflation pickup. We're seeing yields move higher, 10-year back up above 1.5%, 30-year almost to 2.3%. I remember about a year and a half ago, we were all getting kind of concerned about treasury yields, that they were sinking, and there were some concerns that was going to lead to some sort of economic collapse. Well, now they're going higher, and then now there's more concerns. So stocks are not happy. The sell-off there really accelerated today. I'll show you some things that we were looking at there. Crude oil on the move to the upside. And when I say move, I'm talking tear. Up over $4 from last night's low. Hell of a move there. Just like S&Ps, Nasdaq down, gold down, euro down, 10-year notes, big sell-offs, and all of them. And it's just strictly on this fear of inflation. What's going to happen? What's going to be the outcome? And then you look over at crude oil, up 4.75% right now at the moment. Unbelievable mover, $64.18 there. Gosh, I'd like to see that one go the other way. You guys know me. I always joke about paying for gas in the truck. But nonetheless, that's what we got going on in these markets. The big news really is the words that Powell said. If he didn't speak today, I think things could have been very different. I think we may have seen that big upside move possibly. But maybe tomorrow, maybe the employment situation tomorrow is going to lead to different directional move, or maybe it's going to accelerate this downside move. We don't really know yet. We're going to have to wait and see what happens there. I do want to say hello to everyone. Rod, Brian, Bill, Magnum, Sean, Tanya, Nick, James, and Ralph. Good to see all of you guys there. I had a fun conversation today with Magnum. Keep your eyes peeled. I get a little insight into him coming out here probably next week. So excited about that. And Ed Nilsson, I apologize if I said that incorrectly. Thanks for joining us as well. Some new names here. Love seeing the new names. There's always feedback, by the way, everybody. Please don't hesitate to let us know. If there's things you want to see, drop them in the comments. Drop them in the chat here. If you got any questions, ask them. We always got time for that stuff. So as we do that, let's go ahead and get into our charts here and see what exactly we've got going on. All right, as always, we're going to start over here with, one second, I got to make an adjustment. All right, here we go. As always, we're going to start over here with our crude oil. Crude oil opened up this morning near some recent consolidation in the last few days, and the break came. And the question was, are we going to accept into yesterday's value? Are we going to accept above into the area where we have found resistance not once, not twice, but 3 times, and the market did not accept into yesterday's value area. Buyers came in, and this is really where that move started to take place. You looked at this. You guys, we talk all the time about using those value areas, looking for opportunity as the market approaches. You can see pretty cleanly this market could not accept within that value area. We're going to look for this market to move in the other direction. It did exactly that. You go ahead and hop in right around this 61.90, and you got a solid $3 in that move. Not saying you should catch it all, but recognizing, hey, buyers or sellers are not going to overpower this. We're not going to see sellers move this thing into yesterday's value area. Therefore, I need to be looking the other direction, and we're going to get that directional trade, and that's exactly what we got here. So like I said, low overnight, 60.52 all the way up to 64.86. We're looking at $4.34. Astronomical move here in crude oil. We've been seeing quite a few multi-dollar moves in crude oil. It's leading to some good opportunity. Maybe we're going to start to see some traction over that way. People kind of transitioning might be good opportunities. Next, S&P 500. That 37.92 that we've talked about quite a few times in the past. Notice how it's come into play a few times. Led to some opportunity. We saw opportunity there last night. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Market opened up, broke down 2, rallied up, and here's what I like. That rally off the open, we came and checked it again. So the first thing I thought, I was looking for opportunity for shorts. And I'll be candid with you, I took a loss on my first trade. I went short up towards settlement price. Said I'm looking to see this thing kind of float between settlement price and that 37.92. That's what I was kind of keeping an eye on. Now, it wasn't the case on the first move. So then I got a little higher. We came near that prior swing high off the open. And that to me said, time to start looking for something again. We were at yesterday's value, or point of control, yesterday's value area low. We've got 3 points that are catching my attention here. Caught the short. Unfortunately, I had, and not unfortunately, probably smart of me, because if I didn't, maybe it was going to go the other way and I would have taken a loss, but I ended up having to get out. I got out below settlement a little bit, but did not catch the full move. And that's something I think that's so important. And you'll guys see when Magnum's video comes out, we talk a lot about that. You know, it's not about catching that entire move. It's finding those pieces within. And maybe it was looking here as the market came down towards that 37.90 level. You're looking for an opportunity there. Maybe that's where you're going to say, if I can get on the short side over here around 87, and I can put my stop up above 92, and maybe I can get that break to the downside. So there were multiple opportunities within this directional move to go ahead and hop in on some opportunity. Next, let's go ahead and look at the good old Nasdaq. Nasdaq has no hesitation for the sell-off here today. And just like S&P, rallied, excuse me, rallied to that swing high off the open. And once again, we saw that rejection. Market rejected right near that opening rally, and the break took place. We had opportunity once again near that overnight consolidation. 1, 2, and then the third time during regular trading hours. We had some opportunity to look for a chance there. But you know what? The words from Powell, anything that's talking about possible inflation coming is going to send jitters and fear into these equity markets. Now, let's go ahead and look at gold. Guys, our 1707 level that we've talked about for quite some time finally broke out, gave up, took enough punches. We got the break. Market opened up and really was rejecting that overnight swing high, that settlement price, continuously rejected there. Finally decided to roll over. Now here's where we got a question. We got a chance at that 1707. We got a chance. Now we got to ask ourselves, am I looking short or long? Well, personally, that initial move blew right through. We came back up, and we, on that rotation into the new candle, we could not get up above it. That's telling us, you know what, opportunity for short here. So those are things to kind of pay attention to. Ask yourself, what am I looking for as these markets approach levels? Now, if this return or these little pullback accepted way back up above and started moving a little bit higher, then hey, we can look for the long at that price. But we want to be paying attention. We want to look for some of those opportunities within these prices as the market approaches these levels. Next, we're going to go ahead and look at the euro. Just like everything else, the euro spilled over. When there's fear out there, there's questions, there's talk about inflation, what's going to happen. Every one of these things, there's going to be a fear. There's going to be money pulling out, hesitation, concern, and that's what we got here with the euro. Euro opened up, pressed higher, could not get back into yesterday's value area, came and touched that value area low, and from there, the break was on, and it was fast. And then we got a little chop at the end. And then lastly, we're going to go ahead and look at the 10-year note. Like I said, 10-year note. Yields are above 1.5%. Concerns, fears, question, what's going to happen? Well, as soon as Powell spoke, the break came. And this is where we need to be cautious. Remember how I said, once this market gets a little directional, it becomes a steamroller. This is a huge regular trading hour session for that 10-year note. But here's what we got. We saw the market try to get back up above settle. Could not get back up above settlements. That was 133.05, 133.01 half. Could not get back above, which happens to be yesterday's point of control. Could not get back up above. We can sit here. We can look for the short. We can look for that short to possibly the overnight low. We can look for that short to yesterday's swing low. Or we can sit in this and see if we can get this thing to run all the way. Hey, that news kind of incites that downsized directional move. So those are our markets here today, guys. I hope you've all had a spectacular day and a spectacular week. If you haven't, remember, tomorrow is Friday. Employment situations coming out tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. Central Time. Don't be in a position. Doesn't matter what product you're trading. We don't know what's going to happen. We've been seeing jobs numbers kind of all over the board lately. Tomorrow could be a total hit, could be a total miss. We don't know what's going to happen. So people are going to be cautious. So I'm going to stress to everyone, make sure you're flat. Wait for that emotional move to stop. then you can start to kind of trade a little bit off that fundamental, utilizing that technical analysis that you work so hard on. So just a couple things there. Just want to finish saying hello to everyone. Deg, Emma, JD, the Dancing Bear, Francisco, and Daryl. Good to see all of you guys. As always, thanks for joining us here. The weekend's around the corner, and that's the key. Be patient tomorrow. If you've had a good week, don't feel like you got to press it. If you've had a rough week, your job is not to make it back tomorrow. If you're going to trade tomorrow, just get yourself in a little better situation for come Sunday night into Monday morning. So just a couple things to keep your eyes on. As we touched on, the news of the day, inflation, what's going to happen there? Like I said, rates are up. 10-year note, 1.545. 30-year, 2.313. 5-year, 0.775. So we do have these all moving higher. The big mover really of the day was that 10-year note, up 0.075%. We're going to continue to keep an eye on these yields. Next, let's go ahead and look at good old Tesla. Big sell-off here today, down to $621 a share. Whoa, big move there. Next, we got GameStop. Just having fun watching this one. If you're a day trader for stocks, GameStop might be one you want to look at. It's been all over the place, leading to some good opportunities or poor opportunities if you're not managing your risk, but up to $132.35 there. Airbnb, well, we're losing a little bit, but we're still at $180. And then lastly, let's take a look at our Bitcoin. We are still nicely in the money, 48,175. But again, this is prime example of why Bitcoin is just not a product that we want to be active in just yet. Our high last night was 52,175. So that's a $4,000 sell-off. Keep in mind, the CME future of that is considered 5 Bitcoin. So that's quite a hefty move in this market. Maybe one of these days, margins will allow for more people to get active in it. We can see liquidity increase, and we can see this extreme volatility start to slow up. And then maybe there's going to be some opportunity. But right now, still such a dangerous product to be trading, especially because you got to put up 100% to cover yourself there. So things, one day, I'm really hopeful. I think something can get there. I do know there are talks about ETFs coming out with this one for Bitcoin as well. So that might lead to some more opportunity when it comes to Bitcoin. All right, next. Like I said, tomorrow, unemployment, non-farm payroll, 7:30 a.m. Central Time. International Trade in Goods, 7:30 a.m. Central Time. Baker Hughes rig count, 1 p.m. Central Time. So those are going to be the major things. And then just want to check one last thing here. Just clarity on what some stuff Fed Chairman Powell did say. Said today that the central bank will be patient in keeping interest rates near zero, even if inflationary pressures start to rise. Also looks like Vice President Harris broke the 50-50 Senate vote, tied to proceed with the $1.9 trillion COVID relief bill. So just a couple things to pay attention to. We'll see if that gets to President Biden's desk by tomorrow. All right. On that note, man, I'll tell you what. I hope if you have COVID or if you've gotten it, I'm curious, do you still have that just lingering cough? It's been 3.5 weeks now for me. Still just got this little lingering tickle in the back of my throat. And I had a laugh attack last night out to dinner with some people, and I couldn't stop coughing. So if you had it, let me know. A couple things on this date in history just to run through. A lot of presidential inaugurations, one being in 1861. Abraham Lincoln was inaugurated for his first term. And also, FDR, 1933, was inaugurated in his first term. And then, well, we're running with the president stuff here. 1952, Ronald Reagan and Nancy Reagan got married. And the last one, 1952. If you haven't read this book, I highly recommend it. It is a true classic. Ernest Hemingway finished Old Man in the Sea. So, guys, on that note, just make sure there's no questions or comments here. Murph, I really appreciate that. Confidence in that $75,000 mark, huh? Confidence. I like it. Well, if we get up there, we'll have that conversation. All right, everybody. On that note, I'm Dan Hodgman. This was the market recap. I will see you guys back here next Monday, but Hogue will be back tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Central Time with the market forecast. Make sure you guys tune in. Other than that, I'm going to sign on out. Have a great afternoon, great weekend, good evening, good trading tomorrow. I look forward to seeing you guys on Monday. So stay safe, wash your hands, trade smart, and trade well. I look forward to seeing all you guys in the markets. Take care, everybody.